Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into another design deep dive.
Always. What are we tackling today?
Today, we're getting up close and personal with the 2020 KraftMaid Specification Book, our guide to all things cabinets.
Cabinets, huh? Sounds intriguing.
It's more exciting than it sounds. Think about it, whether you're prepping for a client meeting, brushing up on what's trending, or you just really love cabinets. This documents a treasure trove of information.
You've definitely piqued my curiosity. What kind of treasures are we talking about?
Well, right off the bat, the intro caught my eye. KraftMaid's all about wowing clients with on-trend designs, and they're not messing around.
That's a bold statement. What makes them think they can deliver that wow factor?
Hidden pantries. For one, genius, right?
Okay, I see where you're going with this. Hidden pantries are having a real moment.
It's more than just a trend, though. It's a whole design philosophy. Disguised storage, seamless transitions.
Yeah.
It's like they're merging the practical with the luxurious.
It's about creating a sense of flow and spaciousness, not just cramming in more stuff.
Exactly.
That's
Imagine this. You're showing a client their dream kitchen. They're already in love with the countertops, the backsplash, the lighting.
I'm with you. Go on.
And then, bam, you casually slide open what looks like a regular cabinet door. And it's a fully stocked, beautifully organized pantry.
Now that's what I call a wow moment.
Right. That's the kind of detail that elevates a kitchen from good to unforgettable.
It's those subtle design touches that really make a difference. And it's clear KraftMaid has put a lot of thought into anticipating the needs and wants of today's homeowner, even beyond pantries.
Absolutely. This document goes way beyond the basics, offering a deep dive into the nuances of kitchen design that can make a real difference for the client.
I have to admit, though, when I first opened this spec book, I was a little intimidated. It's extensive, to say the least.
It's true. Not exactly light reading. There's a surprising amount of detail here, even down to a whole section on refund rebill.
Ooh. Someone learned the hard way that even with the best laid plans, sometimes you need a plan B or C or D.
Tell me about it. And don't even get me started on the different types of hinges. It's like they've thought of everything.
But this attention to detail, while maybe a little overwhelming at first, is also what makes this spec book so valuable, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They've clearly tried to anticipate every possible scenario, which is reassuring for both designers and clients. And that brings us to, in my opinion, one of the most exciting parts of any kitchen design project.
Let me guess. Choosing appliances.
Close, but even better, the cabinet styles and finishes.
Oh, yes. This is where the real personalization happens, where the kitchen starts to feel like home.
Exactly. Though I have to say, cracking open this section of the spec book is a little like walking to an ice cream shop with 1,000 flavors.
You're not wrong. Lowell Cherry Square, Salem Maple Square, Vienna. And those are just the names.
Right. And then you get to the finishes, distressed translucent driftwood, vintage linen. It's a lot to process.
Definitely. But before you get overwhelmed, the good news is the document's actually very well organized. They know they're throwing a lot at you.
Okay, good to know. So it's not just a chaotic free-for-all of cabinet components. There's a method to the madness.
Absolutely. Think of it like a choose-your-own-adventure novel for kitchens.
I like how you think.
First, you pick your door style, which is essentially the basic silhouette of your cabinets. Then comes the fun part, finishes.
And speaking of fun, can we talk about these finish names for a second? It's like they hired a poet to write this thing.
Right. Distressed translucent driftwood. It's practically poetic,
Right.
but all wordplay aside, they get surprisingly technical about the finishes too, which is really important.
Meaning what? Like they don't just say brown, they give you the whole backstory on the stain.
Exactly. They delve into the specifics of the process, the undertones, the durability, that distressed translucent driftwood. They detail the layers of glazing and distressing that go into achieving that look.
So you know exactly what you're getting, even before you order a sample.
Exactly. This is crucial information for managing client expectations and making sure you're choosing a finish that aligns with their lifestyle. A high-gloss finish might look sleek and modern, but...
It's going to show every fingerprint.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Knowing the pros and cons of each finish beforehand can be a lifesaver.
For sure. So we've covered the aesthetics, but what about the nitty-gritty? Ordering, warranty info, that kind of thing. Where do we find that in this cabinet Bible? For the part of the spec book that everyone pretends to read but secretly skims over.
The warranty section. You're telling me you don't curl up with that after a long day?
Maybe with a cup of chamomile tea. But you're right, it's essential information. After all, this is a major investment, and we want to be sure clients understand what they're getting.
Absolutely. And thankfully, KraftMaid lays it all out pretty clearly in the specifications and options section.
Okay, that's where it gets a little overwhelming for me, all those codes. We're talking PE, APC, APFC. Feels like I should be cracking a secret code.
It can feel that way, but really, those codes are just the key to unlocking all the possibilities. Take PE, for instance.
Plywood ends.
You got it. A popular choice for durability, especially in high traffic areas.
Makes sense. I've got kids who like to kick their feet against cabinets. Plywood ends to the rescue.
Exactly. Or say you want an even more rock-solid cabinet. That's where APC comes in all plywood construction.
And what about APFC? I have to admit, I always stumble over that one.
That's all plywood construction with furniture board, which basically means you're getting the strength of plywood, but with a slightly more refined look for the cabinet back.
The best of both worlds. It's amazing how much thought goes into these options.
Absolutely. And those codes, they don't stop there. You can find codes for modifying cabinet dimensions, shallower cabinets, taller cabinets, you name it.
So much customization. But before we get too carried away, let's talk warranty. What's the gist?
KraftMaid offers a limited lifetime warranty, which means the cabinets are guaranteed to be free from defects in materials and workmanship as long as the original owner's living there.
That sounds pretty standard, right?
It is, but like any warranty, it's got its limits. Normal wear and tear isn't covered, so those distressed translucent driftwood cabinets might get a little more distressed over time.
All part of the charm. Anything else to keep in mind?
Just the usual improper installation, using the cabinet for something it wasn't designed for, that kind of thing.
So read the fine print. Always good advice.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground. Hidden pantries, cabinet construction codes, warranties. This spec book really is the ultimate cabinet companion.
It's true. We've only scratched the surface, but hopefully this deep dive will empower our listeners to tackle their next kitchen design project with confidence.
Absolutely. Now go forth and create those dream kitchens, everyone. And be sure to share your creations with us. We'd love to see them. Until next time, happy designing.